Morning, everyone. It's Thursday morning, and since it's Thursday, it's claims day. This is your pre opening comment. It's video number 512. And again, as I always request, if you like the work, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to try something a little different this morning. Uh, and that centers around a couple of trades that I'm looking at for the very short term. So let's just get the futures out of the way. The chart on the screen is Bitcoin. And as you can see, it's had a little 5-day consolidation. Looks like it wants to go higher. Um, I can't trade it right here. I really need to see a little bit more horizontal action. Okay. Uh, Last night I mentioned a trade for Snap, and I think that it's a short. And when I said something, I'm going to try something different, I will show you. Snap, SNAP. This is a really unusual setup, and this is including the green line is this morning's. This was yesterday. This is kind of unusual. As you know, I was short a couple of weeks ago, and it was based on the fact that the volume was moving down, the stock was overbought, and it then turned around and burst to the upside the day after we got out of half of the puts. In any event, we've come back down, and what I'm seeing here is really kind of a failure to follow through. Here we closed right near the high. Here we opened lower and then closed lower and then went down another couple of bucks on Tuesday. What I'm thinking is that we're going to break this. And if we break it, it's probably going to be pretty ugly. Let's see. So there's your trend line. And we haven't broken through it yet, but I would say clearly a close below 38.46, 38.54. Okay, if we can break those or break this on an intraday basis, this is 37.35. I think that we will come down pretty hard. My first target would be, around this level, and the second one would be around 33 and a half, 34. My recommendation: keep your eyes open for this. If this happens today or tomorrow, I don't think you have to pay for a lot of time, and you can take a look at the November 20s. That's a week from tomorrow. The 38 puts, they closed $1.25. I'm going to guess they're going to open, if it holds right here, I'm going to guess it's going to open around $1.05, $1.10. The other one that I'm looking at is Alibaba. This is unusual. It also falls into that digital stress test, although not like Zoom, but nonetheless COVID related, as purchased for delivery. So we've broken down. We came back into this area of support. Pretty close. We're outside the lower Bollinger Band. We're deeply oversold. And I would look at this one for also next Friday, the 280 calls. That would take it only back to about the high from 2.5 days ago. And those closed at 3.5. Not sure where those are going to open because the stock is up a little. You might want to go to the 285s, or they have 282 and a halves. But those are the two that I'm looking at for a quick trade here today. Okay, so back to Bitcoin, looking like it wants to put on another leg. The oil is kind of interesting because it got up to pretty close to a recovery high yesterday before turning down. It was over $43. Yeah, yesterday's high was 43.06. Closed near the low, is hanging in there right now. Probably going to come down and test this 39 and a half area, and it may break. If you look at where we hit yesterday, you're talking about exactly where we topped out in early September, late August. Okay, so that's what I have for you this morning. Asia is mostly unchanged. Tech stocks bouncing like ours did. Europe is down. As I said before, it's claims day. So for initial claims, we came down 48,000 to 709,000. The direction is good. If even though the name, pardon me, even if the numbers are still relatively high. 6,786,000, which is the first breach of 7 million on the downside for continuing claims. And CPI was also this morning, and absolutely unchanged. And that's pretty much what was expected. One name, Pinduoduo, PDD, reported blowout earnings. The stock is a Chinese specialty retailer. It's currently trading 136.95. That's up 25.19 or 23%. Emirates, the Mideast airline, had the first loss and turned down in 30 years. So things are picking up there. Actually, I haven't really heard much about COVID in the Middle East. But we have record high numbers in COVID. Today it's 143,000. I mean, I've said it before, but the growth in these numbers has gone exponential. It wasn't that long ago we were half of where we are now. We went from that 70 to 77 to about 90 to about 100 to about 120, in a day or two, each of those changes. All right, everyone, be careful out there. We're going to open lower, but not as bad as it was. The NASDAQ futures are down a bit, but the Dow futures, which when I started this morning were down about 120, got all the way down to 260 before the claims number came out. Right now, it came all the way back into down about 190. Right now it's down about 205 again. Nasdaq is up a little and S&P is down a little. Be careful out there. Keep your position sizes appropriate, and you won't have a problem blowing yourself up. Again, I remind you, please hit that subscribe button. Have a good morning.